Greetings. I think it was just before the lockdown that I saw a video posted online by the travel correspondent of a paper that I regularly look at, and in the video he and his partner were driving up a very narrow lane, 4 miles or so of single track road in Devon, to visit a place of incomparable beauty and wonder and peace. Some open moorland, crags, tors, and space as far as the eye could see. And they got most of the way there when they saw a very large farmer's pickup coming down towards them. There was no arguing in that situation. They had to start reversing and reversing and reversing. They filmed it all. Why? I'm not sure, but there it is. Minute after minute of argumentative, slow reversing with the farmer drumming his fingers on the cab of his pickup. It was the only way. The poet R.S. Thomas once visited a chapel in mid-Wales, one of the ones we've perhaps seen if we've driven through that part. Pretty derelict, perhaps used by a handful of people occasionally, perhaps completely unused, and as the estate agents say, rather ironically, ripe for conversion. He was overcome by the presence of the place, and this is what he wrote. The chapel, a little aside from the main road, becalmed in a last century greyness, there is the chapel, ugly, without the appeal to the tourist to stop his car and visit it. The traffic goes by, and the river goes by, and quick shadows of clouds too, and the chapel settles a little deeper into the grass. But here, once, on an evening like this, in the darkness that was about his hearers, a preacher caught fire, and burnt steadily before them with a strange light, so that they saw the splendour of the barren mountains about them, and sang their amens, fiercely, narrow, but saved in a way that men are not now. Suppose the chapel looked a bit like this. About that great period of Welsh Christian history where there was revival, and the joy and the enthusiasm and the spontaneity of the preachers, as you can see from this picture, overwhelmed and gave light and fire and hope to so many people. And yet Thomas uses the word narrow. Narrow, but saved. Narrow is a difficult word. It conjures up pictures of finger-wagging Puritans, of people with very, very strange religious views that we probably don't agree with a lot of. It conjures up, for many, the wrong aspect of the Christian faith. And we lament the fact that there are a lot of places that are, in that sense, narrow, although we do wonder and pray. Jesus, after he'd finished the Sermon on the Mount, says this: "Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road is easy that leads to destruction. There are many who take it. For the gate is narrow and the road is hard that leads to life, and there are few who find it." Sounds a bit worrying until we realize Jesus has just said before that, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened." So that road up to that place of beauty and joy and space may be a narrow one. There may be the spiritual equivalent of a huge pickup driving us back further and further down, only to ascend again in hope beneath the flower-strewn hedges, ascending into a place where we have been narrow, but are saved in the presence of God, and where all things shall be well.